I'm here with Dirtbag Barbie. You should obviously follow her YouTube channel. And we're gonna make a slackline today, and it's gonna be like a freestanding one, and we're gonna be making it on this like olive grove terrace, like a really ancient terrace. And to do that, we're gonna have to dig some ground anchors, make some A-frames, and yeah, it should be fun, and then have a slackline to play on.
So here we are digging a hole. We're gonna make it about 3 feet deep, so we can later pour concrete into it to build a ground anchor for our freestanding slackline.
Into the danger zone. Yeah, exactly. It all points right to that. I set myself aside, lead the way on this drive.
Get loads of criticism on my video for wearing flip-flops for my van construction.
Really?
Yeah. I had to explain that they are safety flip-flops. Sometimes, you know, if you tread on a nail or something, it's bad because, you know, you have metal in the sole to stop that happening. But with the safety flip-flops, you could feel the nail as it goes in, so you know you're standing on it. Right. And that prevents the whole problem from starting. So it's like a prevention rather than a cure. It's pretty good.
Like safety flip-flops, get a pair. So our 2 holes are finished.
And now what?
Siesta!
So we're just reclaiming some gravel, check the gravel out, from the drive to make the concrete, and then it'll be lovely in the hole. I think this is probably not quite enough.
Okay, so this rock represents where our A-frame's gonna be. It's about 5 feet in from the holes that we dug, and the whole slackline's gonna be about 30 feet or 10 meters. Look what I found, guys! It's an ancient land shell buried deep in the hole in the slacklining pit.
So the cool thing about the slackline is it's not very long, so people who are bad at slacklining like me can do it. Because you're kind of good at slacklining, right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
She's right. Means she's really good.
Prepping the concrete, it's 1 part cement to 3 parts rock and sand.
Starting to look beautiful. Take my bling. So what we're going to do in this chain, we're just going to tape some of these big nails in, and then when that's set in the middle of the concrete, it'll make it super strong and it's just never going to pull out. So, but just to get them in, we're just going to tape them around. It won't take a lot, just to make sure that's well fixed in, and we'll do one that goes that way, that way, so we'll do this one that way.
Why don't we take you over to the flat ground?
So we filled the hole with concrete, the chain's in there with the nails. It's quite a lot of concrete, so it's total overkill, but at least it will last for basically forever. And we just put some rocks on top just to bed it down, and got the rock on top of the chain just to hold it in place. And that's basically it. We just got to let it cure for maybe like a day or 2 days, and then we're all good. Just gonna go and start mixing the next lot of concrete for the next hole.
Round number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be such an awesome place to have a slackline along the olive grove, and look at the view behind us. Over here is actually some climbing crags. Can't see them, there's trees in the way. Kind of really good, north facing, great for summer climbing. Okay. So just trying to work out the design, and with these 3 pieces of wood, the lengths we have to cut it to be really efficient with the wood, so it's maximum height but not too much wastage. So this is kind of a rough design, 2 big struts, a piece which goes along the top, and then we'll probably just in-cut these here and then just screw it all together with really big wood screws. It's going to be super sturdy. And then where our chain is in the ground, we'll come up here, and then we'll have the slack line come over the top, and that'll be really nice.
So there's a few different ways you can tension a line. We're gonna make ours really simple. We're gonna build 2 A-frames, and once we've attached the slack line to both of the metal anchors that we already set up, then you basically tilt the A-frame under the slack line, and the further you bring the A-frames away from the center of the slack line, the more it just tensions it. We finished building our wooden horses, and now we're basically waiting for the concrete to dry. So we're gonna go ahead and take this time and level out the land in between to make it a safe place to slackline. Okay, so now it's time to go ahead and set up the slackline. We're basically going to attach the slackline using a line locker to the anchors that we set in the ground. It's kind of similar to a primitive system, but we're basically gonna use the A-frames as the tensioning device. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and attach the slack line to the anchor. So to do that, we're gonna take the end of the slack line and fold it in half to create a little bite. We're gonna slide the bite through our little line locker like so, and then we're gonna tuck it back through the inside of the bite. And in that little bite in the back, we're gonna slide our locking carabiner, like so. Just like that.
So we're adding this felt material just to protect the line and make it a bit nicer. But we just wear it a little bit less, and hopefully it will just be a bit nicer to play on.
And then now we're just gonna run the line from the one anchor to the other side and make sure there's no twist to the line.
So now we're going to flip these up, and this should give us tension. It might not give us enough. We might have to take them out, make it tight as we can, and then do it again. But we'll just see how it is and see if it touches the floor, and just see how it goes. Terrible. Might need a bit more.
Yeah. The sag's actually not too bad in the line. Whew. Good first run. Not bad. So basically, Nate's quite the pro. So what do you know about slacklining so far? Like you
Bend your legs,
know.
look at the end,
Yeah.
wave your arms in the air. Like you just think.
I think more like bending your legs even more is like kind of more of like an active stance, but you want to keep your shoulders and your hips like square over each other,
Yeah.
to where you're basically just moving your arms, and then just like foot in front of the other foot.
Cool.
You know, and like
Okay. So keep your body still.
yeah, try to keep your shoulders and your hips square.
This is like more wobbly than the lines I've been on before.
Yeah. So our first try ended up being a success. Pretty nice tension in the line. We might go ahead and play with it a little bit more, see if we can make it a little bit tighter. Sometimes after you set up the line and walk on it once or twice, the line actually stretches a little bit. So we're evening out the dirt and evening out our horses basically, and tightening the line a little bit more.
Too tight.
The tighter the line is, so it makes it more friendly kind of for beginners or getting back into slacklining. So it's good.
What's your best slackline trick?
Best slackline trick? I can't do it like that. Let me think. I used to be able to do kind of like, used to be close to like the splits on the line, but I don't know if I can do it right now though. Let me try to do like warrior on the line.
Slacklining in the mountains. No one's gonna know you're not on the line. She's a liar!